Nominated for Best College Radio Station at an institution with under 10,000 enrollment and winner of Best Use of Social Media.
KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
We can be heard on campus at 1670 a.m. at select times of the day as the audio simulcast of
Monsoon Mike says we sure got a healthy dose of rain, but that healthy dose of rain gives way to some sunshine to wrap
and
up
our regularly scheduled programming is to be continued.
According to a staff member, the station had 85 members in 1995. Yet to hear some people talk, WRKU is a group of about 5 bohemian oddballs who broadcast for the sole purpose of bothering the entire student body. That's actually a great sentence. So the first time that I walked into this studio, it was completely empty. In the rooms where the station is now, both the studios, and this office room was just filled with CDs and broken down computers, and it was completely empty and unlocked on a Friday afternoon in September. It didn't make sense to me that a university this great and this size didn't have a station. I went to President Ceballos and I told him point blank, I said, I don't want to waste my entire senior year for something that's not going to go anywhere. But if you commit to building this and hiring somebody, I'll spend my entire senior year recruiting people. We had 4 or 5 people interview for the position, and they were all coming in on one day, and Mike got it. And I didn't know Mike. I thought Mike was great in the interview.
Every single student who comes out of here is much better trained in the world of electronic media than from other colleges. And it all comes down to Mike Regensberger.
I didn't even think I'd be able to do a full show myself, but Mike kind of stepped in and let me do it right away, so it was really cool.
I responded to a job ad that was posted late in 2003, early in 2004 for manager of a radio station on Kutztown's campus. And my first thought when I saw this job ad was, I didn't realize Kutztown University had an active radio station, because when I was a student in the 1990s there, the station was kind of falling apart, a mess. It was off the air. I just didn't know it existed.
And there was probably 5 or 6 people involved, all really good people, but they were a little bit more anti-administration, which kind of perpetuated further trouble to kind of get the station off the ground and actually get it built.
And they're like, okay, this is where the station's going to be. Here's a binder full of emails and communications we've done with people over the past couple of years trying to get the station going again. Have fun. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, my first thought was, what did I get myself into? How long is this job going to last? If I make it a week, I'll be lucky.
Are you ready?
Mike's great, and I saw that at the 10-year anniversary when he was rolling out IBS awards like it was his job, which it is his job.
It stands for the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System.
KUR goes to IBS every year. It's like awards for college radio stations and stuff like that.
The IBS trips were fun as hell.
Their big highlight of being a member of IBS, though, is the convention that they have in March, every March in New York City at the Hotel Pennsylvania.
I actually got to meet the drummer from Blue Oyster Cult, which is one of the bands we played on our show, and we actually exchanged emails a couple times after that.
There's different seminars for 3 days, and you learn about anything from how to make your station sound better, how to organize it, that kind of stuff. And we've won several awards and been nominated for several awards. We won Best News Interview. We won Best Use of Social Media a couple years ago for our heavy use of Twitter and Facebook and getting people involved in that. We were nominated for Best University Radio Station at a university of under 10,000 enrollment. We were recognized as having all of the qualifications to be considered a platinum radio station this past year, which is actually a bump up. They used to consider us gold, but now they gave us platinum, so I'm not going to argue with that.
Stephanie Fritz, she's one of my closest friends, and I remember when I found out about KUR through her, I had just met her. And then I go into this meeting and she's like, hey, do you want to do a show together? And just being able to jump right in was the coolest thing about the club itself. It was so open. There were no walls.
Being president this year of an organization that I truly feel passionate about is something that I can forever put on my resume, and especially means the world to me because of what KUR has meant to me.
We have a great resume of people that have said that they've gone into that field because of KUR. One of our former presidents, Brandon, he worked at iHeartMedia for a while.
If it wasn't for Kutztown University Radio, regular car reviews wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have had that initial spark of confidence that, yes, you really can do anything you want.
Applying those skills to the workplace has made my career so much easier being a leader where I work.
Starting in August of 2015, I started working at WEEU in Reading. I'm a sociology major, no communications or electronic media, but I was still able to go out after my experience at KUR and get a job in radio.
I work in baseball, so we have music and stuff playing during the game, so if our sound guy's not there, somebody might have to step in and run the audio board. So I can do that.
And getting letters like what I got yesterday from that guy in 2007. The guy wrote me a letter totally out of the blue, graduated 10 years ago. I just want to let you know 10 years later that KUR was like my best experience in college, and I always looked to that. If I was having a bad day, I knew KUR could cheer me up.
I'm proud of my show. I'm proud of every person who comes in, trains, and at the end of the day, they get to do what I've been lucky to do for the past 2.5 years, and that's be themselves on air.
There was something I needed to get out, some sort of frustration, and it came out on the mic.
The people that were part of it, that's what helped make KUR at the time. The people and how we all just, stuck around together, helped each other out, talked.
Being able to be on a club of that scale is so cool. It's something that I highly recommend to anybody that wants to get involved in something that's easy and it's fun.
Your show is you, and you can express yourself and show people and listeners that there is actually some hope left on the radio dial, that it's not all just corporate nonsense.